going on, everybody? It's going for Rook 22 here, and you all seem to have dropped in at a perfect time. I am coming back from a little bit of early morning hunting because we may or may not have run out of food once again. I managed to grab both the rabbit carcass and the deer, and I am going to start this episode off by doing a little bit of cooking while we prepare to head out immediately for our next destination. Because the earlier we can head out, the better. But for the time being, I'm going to drop most of this venison on the ground. And you'll notice I actually have some stuff in our inventory that we will be making use of for this recipe. But first and foremost, I'm going to drop the hide and guts on the ground to be sure. And my inventory may seem a little cluttered at the moment, but there is a reason that I have the stuff in my inventory that is currently there. Some light to see why for a second. Add some fire. And now that our fire starting skill is level 3, simply using some wood matches and a book is enough to immediately start a fire with a 100% chance. So, starting fires is not really much of an issue at this point as long as you have the fuel to keep them going. I think it's pretty great. Had a bit of a run-in with Yogi while I was out there because he has moved back into his previous spot. Or rather, I guess his cousin has moved in, I should say. But I think you'll find that we don't care much about that anymore because we aren't going to be here much longer. But I'm going to start off by cooking up this venison pie because I'm curious to see exactly what that does. Then I also would like to cook up a peach pie, which I think requires more cooking oil. There we go. So we need my other skillet for that. There we go. Or cook a second venison pie. But no, I want to try the peach pie. Because I'm curious to know what the effect that it's showing is. And now, while we wait, I'm going to do a little bit of talking. So, as it stands right now, we are going to be leaving from Mystery Lake to a nearby location. I'm planning on coming back here at some point or another, so I'm going to be leaving a bunch of supplies here for when that eventually comes to pass. But I'm going to try to carry as much as I could feasibly seem to need on me, like the ammo and the stuff to replenish ammo and things of the sort. We are, however, going to be needing to get to this new location without being encumbered, because the place that we are going requires that we climb up to, or rather climb down to mountaineering ropes, and it's going to be quite the trip. So I figured we'd get started early on in the day. I should be harvesting this rabbit while I'm at it. In fact, I will do just that.
Food.
Now we are going to be eating this venison pie, and that has the effect of increasing our max carry weight. I actually did not know that. That's awesome. Okay. Wow. It's only like 6 pounds, but hey, I'll take it. In that case, first of all, let me eat this. Headache? What do you mean headache? Headache from eating a sweet dish. What does that do? How do I, what? Okay, questions for later. For the time being, I'm going to cook up some more of those pies, because holy crow, I did not know that was like that. That kind of sucks. I don't know why that has a straight up negative effect. That's kind of not cool. Actually afford to make 4 of these. And these, oh, excuse me, also seem to increase our carry weight. Something I would like to know is whether or not these, whether or not these effects stack. I need more water, which we're going to be boiling some before we leave, of course. But I'm going to be turning all this meat into pies, and we're going to be carrying it with us. I'm leaving a good chunk of it back here at the cabin. By the sounds of it, a storm has started outside, which is absolutely fantastic. In the meantime, I'm going to research some of this. So, excuse me, I'm going to be making this venison pie. I legitimately had no idea that had that effect, but I'm very glad to hear that it does, because we are going to be making use of that for sure. Oh wait, this makes a ton of them. What? Wait, this makes more than one of these? Oh, okay. Well, that I did not know, but I guess that makes sense. Looking at that, I probably should have realized that. Sounds like the storm has started to die down out there. So in the meantime, I'm going to be taking one of these, making some more water, adding fuel to the fire to sustain the water. And then, before we go, there is in fact something that I wanted to make. And that is these improvised crampons that I had mentioned in at the end of the last episode. You never know. You never know. These may just come in handy. The water boils a lot faster than I thought it would. Now then, let's see here. Going to finish up crafting these. Apologies, folks. And there's the crampons. Now, to explain exactly what these do, these crampons, like I mentioned in the last episode, can be applied in the accessory slot, and they will prevent us from getting sprains, which is absolutely fantastic. I was looking to drop something. Here it was. I'm just going to leave these to cure, and eventually we'll probably be back for them. I'm not going to be taking most of these supplies. I'm just going to be taking what I absolutely need to have on me. So, like, maybe 6 of this, and everything that's on me that I can think of. I'm not going to take the fuses because we might find some there, but we will be needing some of those for where we're going. That's going to be, in the meantime, we're going to be cooking up the rest of that meat into pies now that I know that that's a thing. Also, we're taking all of our ammo with us. Potentially whetstone as well. But once this meat is cooked up, we're going to be heading straight out. And we don't actually have to travel far to leave Mystery Lake from where it is that we're currently stationed. And where's all the meat? Oh, there it is.
Something's gotta go.
Not yet, it doesn't, Mackenzie. Not yet, it doesn't. But yeah, I was literally trying to cook up that venison pie because I didn't know what it did exactly. And now that I know, that's really cool. I guess all game pies have that effect, which is insane. Um, one thing that is unfortunate is we're kind of running out of
That did it.
basic ingredients for advanced types of cooking. So I'm just going to be cooking up as many of these as I can. I think this is actually the last one I can make because we're out of flour. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. In that case, we'll just store this away. The rest of these as well. We'll start cooking up the actual venison, just so that it's cooked and ready to eat in case we need it. And in the meantime, while we're waiting for all this to cook, I will continue to research from this firearm.
Something's making me feel tired.
Whoa, what the heck? All venison only takes like... All venison apparently only takes 20 minutes to cook now.
Anything right now.
It's worth noting that as we increase our cooking skill, we not only decrease the amount of time it takes to cook various dishes, but we also increase the amount of calories that we gain from doing so, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. Use that so I have enough time to cook these last little bits of food. Drink some more of this water. Then, starting in the morning, we are going to be sorting out our inventory, and we'll head out. Now, I'm hoping that these pies don't spoil too fast. That would just be my luck if that was the case. They seem to be fine. They're at 70%, so we shouldn't hold on to them for too awful long. But it's not like we're in desperate need of to get them out of our inventory or anything. But for now, I'm actually going to eat whichever one of these is the lowest. This one is. I'm going to eat one of these. Drink some water. And we will proceed to deal with our inventory. So just double checking that we have everything we need here. I brought a little bit of accelerant. Not really going to bother bringing any firewood because I'm bringing my hatchet. I will be bringing the arrowheads along just so that I can actually make some more arrows when I get to our new location. Be storing that away. I'm actually going to be I'm going to be bringing the crow feathers as well. I've got basic medical supplies. I think we've pretty much got everything we could feasibly need. I brought all the ammunition and everything. Maybe I'll bring the rest of my wood matches, come to think of it. And bring the rest of the crow feathers as well. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all we'll be needing. Maybe, yeah, I'll bring the stump remover. Just because that way, if we end up finding an ammunition workbench, we can actually do something with it. And I think we're ready to set out. This is going to be a terribly long episode, unfortunately. I mainly just want to get to our new base location, which I do know where we're going to be setting up for the most part. So definitely look forward to that. And in the meantime, we're going to be heading shortly up the hill over here to a location that some of you may have spotted while we were going out and about in this direction. And that is to say, there is a cave through here. And that cave actually leads straight out of Mystery Lake and to a location I'm very excited to explore that should have a lot of good stuff in it. So, fair warning, if ever you want to come through this cave next to the trapper's cabin, it can be a bit of a labyrinth. So, just try and keep track of where you're going. I'd imagine this is the kind of situation in which spray paint would be useful, because you can actually mark which ways you've been and which ways you haven't. I, for the most part, actually know which way I'm going, but I'm going to do a bit of exploring because, as you can see, there are some good things stationed around here. Like a little bit of loot here and there that I'm going to try and grab as we're passing by. I'd also like to point out, I managed to find our other arrow. I would assume it was where the deer eventually died. But the deer carcass itself was gone, the arrow was just kind of floating in midair. And I happened to notice it as I passed by because it's kind of hard not to notice a floating arrow. Especially if you're a YouTuber. But jokes aside, yes. I did manage to get our other arrow back. So once we get these 4 arrowheads crafted into new arrows, that will be a total of 6, which is a lot. Yeah, I mean, I just figured I'd mention that in case you all noticed I had that extra arrow. That'd be where that came from. I did not actually do any looting in between episodes. Excuse me. It's rather late right now. I just wanted to get this episode out there real quick while I had the time. I did bring our jerry can as well, in case we needed some extra fuel for anything. But going back to what I said about fishing in the last episode and how that increases the amount of oil that you have if you have a jerry can, you never want to empty out your jerry cans completely, because that will result in them getting completely deleted from your inventory. So do keep that in mind. But we have reached the end of the cave here. And we are now in a region called Mountain Town. Now, any of you who may have played the story mode, Wintermute, I have not, but you would know this region as the region that is home to the town of Milton. And we are actually going to be setting up in the town of Milton in the largest house. So do be prepared for that. I'm just kind of going to gun it to that new location, and then I'm going to leave the episode off there, and probably save the game and come back to it some other time. But I'd say, all in all, our excursion through Mystery Lake went pretty well. We got a lot of hunting done, a lot of scavenging, found some pretty useful tools that will serve us for a long time coming. And all in all, couldn't probably have hoped for a better start, especially considering we found this incredibly handy rifle on day 1. So yeah, and now hopefully we'll get just as lucky in Mountain Town. And this is where we're going to be staying for the time being. I'm going to be exploring this region to an extent. Probably did the same as I did with Mystery Lake, which is to say that I'm going to be exploring as much of it as I can. I believe there may be a few houses in Mystery Lake that I forgot to loot, but the odds of there being too much there that would have been enough to pique my interest are unlikely at best. But, like I said, we will eventually be going back to Mystery Lake, as once I'm done here in Mountain Town, I'm going to be heading back there as a sort of checkpoint to grab some more supplies and stuff, and then we'll be moving to a different location later on. But that is planning for the future. And as for now, we're going to be climbing down this rope, keeping in mind that if we want to come back the way we came, we will have to climb back up the rope, which is a much more tiresome journey. I am keeping out the rifle here, just in case we come across anything unsavory. There can be wolves and stuff in this immediate area. In fact, those of you with keen ears may have just heard one howling, which is just lovely, I know. But, if you notice here, oh, where? That scared the crap out of me. Case in point, wolf is there. But, I'm going to show you guys something. As you've probably seen from the last couple videos, you can just kind of keep walking, and eventually the wolf will either leave you alone or not catch up with you. Just be careful not to get stuck or walk along headwinds and stuff, and you should be fine. I don't really need to deal with him right now, so I'm just going to leave him be and keep walking along my merry way here. And I hope I'm going in the right direction, because if not, I'm going to have to deal with this wolf very promptly. I went the wrong way. That was a fortunate happenstance. The wolf apparently got distracted by a rabbit. Which is great, because this weather blows, and quite literally, in fact. And I just so happened to be going the right way when the wolf decided to pop out of literally nowhere and impede my progress. So, that's great. But we are going to be heading down to Milton and giving it a quick once-over. And once that is done, I will be probably ending the episode. I know it's going to be an awful quick one, but I just wanted to show you guys where we were going to be setting up from now on. And in general, I think I'm going to take maybe a short break from recording, maybe go a day or so without an episode, just for now. Just to prevent things like burnout, as I'm sure you guys can understand. Not that I'm feeling terribly burnt out, but, you know, recording a couple episodes a day for the past couple of days here, I think it, you know, would be fine to take a break. Wouldn't you agree? But in the next episode, however, we're going to immediately be looting the surrounding houses in Milton, and hopefully we'll find something worthwhile. I don't know where I'm going, apparently. We could back up this way, perhaps? I think it very well might be. Maybe eat one of these pies. Of course, now I have to head into the wind with the wolf behind me. This dude is very persistent, as I'm sure you've noticed. And that was not a good time to stop to eat, but apparently. I should have known this was the way to go, though, because there's literally a sign visible right here showing you this is the Milton climbing area. I have been here to Mountain Town once or twice, as you can probably tell by the way I'm handling things. I just don't know the exact route from here to get to where we're going, which is not preferable. I believe I may have just got myself stuck again. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna nip this in the bud right now. Okay, well, I guess that also works. I was going to shoot the wolf, and then it literally just decided it didn't care anymore. That was a rather confusing interaction. Speaking of confusing, I've been walking around here in circles, and, still haven't quite found my way. But I am working on it, folks. I forgot to drop most of the meat off back at the base. Probably why that wolf keeps spawning us so easily. Am I just not seeing something here? I feel like there's like a rope or something I'm supposed to be missing. Excuse me. Terribly sorry, folks. Ah, there it is. So we do have to climb up this rope. So perhaps wearing all this heavy clothing is not the best for that. Yeah, that is 100% not gonna happen. Nope, get down there, Mackenzie. Okay, so because we are so fatigued, that's going to present a huge issue in getting up on this cliff. So I'm actually going to have to rest for a time. Never do what I'm doing. This is really dumb. I'm going to sleep for about 8 hours. And pick this up. And hey, would you look at that? The weather even improved. Maybe eating up some of these pies while I'm at it. Drink some water. Let's try and lighten our load a bit more. And now we are off to the races. His stamina is dropping shockingly quickly, and I don't actually know if we're going to be able to make it up this or not. We were not able to make it up this. Come on, Mackenzie, you're almost there. Don't drop yet. Ooh. So that was in part due to how heavy the bear coat we are wearing is. Because the more that your clothing is encumbering your sprinting, the more it's encumbering your climbing. Sounds like we got some ptarmigans. I'm going to take this opportunity to practice my archery. We're going to be needing these dudes to make some broth. Got them. Got 2 of them. Wow, okay. And here I was thinking that the first shot would have scared the rest of them off. Now, this little house over here could have some good stuff in it. I remember the last time I came through, I did find a revolver. Apparently, there is no such luck this time around. I will be taking any and all supplies we find here. because for all intents and purposes, our carry weight is no longer an issue. There is a scrawled message here talking about some potential loot. So we've already found a key. Um, and yeah, so far so good, folks. Definitely don't need those ski boots though. I do need all of these for the time being. Every little bit helps. And well, unfortunately, we still don't have that fabled revolver that would actually help get us out of a lot of sticky situations. We have made it to Melton, or at least for the most part. It's just a little bit down that way, from what I remember. So once again, once we reach the town and set foot in that big house, I will probably be ending the episode there. But there are a couple of things we will be looting along the way, so don't tune off just yet, folks. For all we know, things could go very well or very, very poorly starting now, so just because the end is in sight, don't think it's over quite yet. Holy crap! Me and my big mouth. I want into that location you're guarding, Mr. Wolf. So I am going to lead you in a roundabout manner so that I can attempt to get into one of those cars. Oh, that's not good. Enter the vehicle. Whoo. I did not expect the second. Why? I did not press that button. Okay. Again. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Kind of forgot I had to force my way in there. Huh. Okay. Well, that was concerning. I do believe, on that note, perhaps we will be making it to Milton in the next episode. Because that was a lot of excitement in a very short span of time. Um, we're going to be checking out this abandoned gas station here, as well as making our way towards the actual town for which this region is named in the next episode. So for the time being, I am going for Broke 22, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please, by all means, feel free to leave a like. I would never ask you to, but it would be very much appreciated if you did. If you have any feedback from either my commentary or gameplay, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you just want to say hi or some friendly conversation, that is always welcome. So by all means, feel free. And if you do enjoy this type of content, feel free to subscribe, because I do plan on making more like this in the future. And I will see all of you in the next video. Have a great day.